Day 4 is wrapped up here with the certification motion for class action of the case against Dr. Bonnie Henry. And we heard a lot from the government lawyers talking again today about this being a very long and complicated and very difficult class action, even to consider. This would take hundreds of days and thousands of judges to consider, and even made light of that, a bit laughing when that argument was made. And I have to say, I don't find any of that funny. This is hundreds of thousands or millions of people affected. That is literally how many people the class possibly can represent. And I'd like to turn to a case. So I just want to talk about one case. It was in federal court talking about the responsibility of government lawyers. And it says in that case that government lawyers ought to be model litigants given their status. And, you know, I really have to agree with that, because they are not there representing just any old person that's hired them. They're representing you, everybody in the province of Alberta, for example, with these provincial lawyers. And in this one case, and I'll put the citation in the comments section, the government lawyers were making the same kind of arguments, that this is complicated and difficult, and so many documents have to be brought to court. And in that case, the judge said this was a complex action involving complex legal and factual issues of liability and damage. It was also difficult for the government to identify relevant documents, which caused a number of issues relating to production of documents, apparently because of the number of employees and governmental agencies involved. Similar, sounds very similar. The judge says, I politely cautioned the government at the conclusion of the trial that its significant size must be managed to ensure that all litigants is obligated with the disclosure of relevant documents. I stressed that the size of the crown cannot be used to shield and limit the government's responsibility to meet its legal obligations. And I have to say, thank you, 100%. The government can't use big and complicated as a shield. Oh, you can't sue us because it's too big. That was their decision to make in the first place.